Hey guys, this is your Nintendo Switch weekend review where we'll cover all the new game releases and game announcements for this week. We have a lot of things to get to, so let's get started. We saw 5 releases this week, starting out with the typical weekly Neo Geo port, Magical Drop 2 for $7.99 on the eShop. This is a cutesy puzzle game from the Neo Geo era. Next, we finally saw the release of GoNNER, which we actually saw very early on when the Switch was announced. This game is available for $9.99 on the eShop, and it's a procedurally generated 2D platformer with roguelike elements. Over at the Japanese eShop, we saw the release of The Mambo for 1,500 yen, or roughly about $13. This is a single-screen action platformer, local multiplayer. Very interesting game. The second of the 3 Japanese eShop games that were released this week is Photon 3 for 1,500 yens, and again, $13 US. This is a 3D grid puzzle game where you control a girl and a robot. I put up some gameplay on the screen so you guys can check it out. And the last game released this week that's still only available on the Japanese eShop is Vaccine for 1,000 yen, or roughly about $9. This is basically a Resident Evil PlayStation 1 era clone with some multiplayer aspects. I gotta admit, this is something that I find very interesting, and hopefully it makes its way to the States so I can buy it on the eShop. Moving over to game announcements, we got a couple of really big ones, but we'll start out with the Hamster Corporation announcing more Neo Geo ports coming to the Switch. The list consists of Fatal Fury Special, Samurai Showdown, Super Sidekicks, Aero Fighter 2, and The King of Fighters 2000. They will all be releasing in the upcoming weeks. We got confirmation from developer Painted Black Games that The Long Reach is coming to the Switch. This is an interactive adventure horror game where you solve puzzles, run and hide, and it gives off a dreary feel to all the gameplay. We also got confirmation that Original Journey from developer AIMBE is coming to the Switch. The game is a sci-fi action-adventure game with a pencil art visual style. It blends a mix of shooting, platforming, tower defense, racing, and puzzle into a cohesive experience with a strong narrative arc, all set on a mysterious, constantly changing world. We also heard this week that Sterdan from Pixel Studio is coming to the Switch. This is a frantic and chaotic space shooter roguelike shmup carved in big beautiful pixels with insane boss battles. Embark on a big ship and engage in a fight against dreadful space pirates in a never-ending combat for survival. The game is fast, addictive, hard, and action-paced. We also got word that the Count Lucifer from Radicalia Games is coming to the Switch. This is an adventure horror game with a retro halfway between 8 and 16-bit style, and it's inspired by classic games like The Legend of Zelda, Yume Nikki, Silent Hill, or Dark Souls, among others. The Count Lucifer is an amazing mystery and horror adventure set in a fairy tale world. The game features important choices, alternative endings, secrets, and different ways to solve the puzzles. We also saw that both Cartoon Network's Battle Crashers and Monster Jam Crush It from developer Coke M Interactive might be coming to the Switch. Both games were listed on GameFly's and GameStop's website up for pre-order, and these games have already appeared on other consoles before, so we expect these to be complete ports. We also got confirmation from Warner Brothers that the Lego Ninjago movie is coming to the Switch September 22nd. You can play as some of your favorite ninjas like Lloyd, Nia, Jai, Kai, Cole, Zane, and even Master Wu to defend their home island of Ninjago from the evil Lord Garmadon and his shark army. The game features 8 large, action-packed locations based on the story from the Lego Ninjago movie. Each location includes its own unique challenge dojo where players can put their combat skills to the test and battle with increasingly tougher enemies. We also got confirmation from Bandai Namco that Namco Museum is coming to the Switch on July 28th. The Namco Museum is a classic catalog that includes favorites from Namco's classic arcades collections, including games like Pac-Man, Pac-Man vs., Dig Dug, Galaga, Galaga 88, The Tower of Druaga, Rolling Thunder 2, Sky Kid, Splatterhouse, and Tank Force. And the last and probably the biggest game announcement we got this week came to us from Koei Tecmo, confirming that Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon, is coming to the Nintendo Switch on October 24th. This game is a follow-up to the original Knights of Azure game, where it takes place in a fictional, demon-ridden Western European city towards the end of the 19th century. century. The story focuses on a knight protector named Alashay, where she and her two childhood friends, Liliana, a kind-hearted priestess, and Ruinheed, a holy knight of the Lord's Order. While guarding Liliana, Alashay is ambushed and killed, only to later awaken as an artificial half-demon at the hands of the New Crucia, a religious organization with dark ties. In the company of a variety and unlikely allies with their own past and agendas, Alashay's strong desire to save Liliana give her the strength to scatter the shadows shrouding the world and motivating to uncover the shocking truth behind the mysterious of the Queen of the Moon. That is all for the game announcements we saw this week, but I do want to cover 3 news pieces that we saw happen this week. The first one is a very quick reminder that the Zelda Breath of the Wild first pack DLC, it's already out. It actually came out yesterday. If you already bought the season pass for $20, you should definitely check the game out again because there's a lot of things you might want to be looking forward to playing. The second bit of news that I wanted to quickly touch upon was the announcement that the Super Nintendo Classic / Mini was already announced. It will cost $80. It will come with 21 games, including the never released Star Fox 2. It has a really stunning library and it already comes with 2 controllers, so that's very good news. But of course, the issue with always, will you be able to find one, because stock will be limited, so keep that in mind. Lastly, I wanted to do a quick shout out to Andrew Sampson, who is actually the developer for the Rainway app, which will allow players to use their PC and connect it to the Nintendo Switch via Wi-Fi and let you play PC games on your Switch. He's already uploaded video for games like Overwatch, Batman Arkham Knight, The Witcher 3, Nier Automata, and more. So definitely keep an eye out for the Rainway app. It might just become revolutionary. That's all the news, game announcements, and game releases we have to cover this week. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to come back next week for another Switch Weekend Review. See ya.